The following podcast contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion advised.
And although we joke, if you or someone you know is affected by or a victim of domestic violence, dial 1-800-799-7233 or visit the National Domestic Violence Hotline's website, thehotline.org.
But it's always the husband, it's always the husband, it's always the husband. I don't kill you, babe.
Hi, this is Sarah.
And this is Megan.
You are listening to It's Always the Husband podcast.
Welcome. This is a true crime podcast, but it's also supposed to be funny.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We try. I don't know. The people say we try and fail, so I don't know. Give it a whirl.
We just had to do 4 takes of our intro.
Just starting, saying our names.
Yeah, we had our...
Yeah.
So we're glad you're here. We're going to talk about a crazy ass case.
Oh, shit. That we got from Australians.
Yes.
Although we couldn't watch the episode because we can't log into Australian TV.
No.
So, which is a bummer. I bet it's good. We're full of sexy men's.
Here in the States, they have blocked.
Yeah. They say you have to live there to watch this shit.
Culture. And we are irate about it. Because we've loved Australia.
I know.
Australian firefighters forever. And
they're just built differently. Sexy.
Yeah, they are.
Except some of them, obviously, because this guy, something happened.
Something
on the way out and the way in and the way cooking.
Yeah. So we actually had to do some other types of research.
Right. And research is quotes.
Correct. Correct. So if you're here to listen to a well-researced murder story,
this isn't your bag,
you've come
baby.
to the wrong place. But if you do want to hear us do our best to tell you about this Australian psycho, welcome. Yeah. Keep on listening.
Did you listen to what the latest Dateline with Andrea? That was a podcast. She even said, as we know, it's always the husband in it. They're saying it more and more on shows. And I think it was the husband.
I feel like we trademarked that, didn't we? We should be getting a kickback.
We did, but then it didn't. Well, we're in the process still.
It didn't take? Oh.
My money took, but it didn't take. So I'll have to look into that.
People wrote a book and used it. I don't know.
I have to look into it again.
This is shady. Which one was it? I don't remember.
Wherever the latest podcast one with Andrea.
Okay.
And she said it. And I said, that's true. And I believe, no, it wasn't it was.
Wait, it wasn't.
Oh, no, it was Andrea or it was Dennis or something.
Oh, shit. I'm on the wrong one.
I'll have to find it. Okay. But they said it, and they've said it in 2 other recent ones.
The Intruder?
No, it wasn't that one. It was one where the woman was shot at the end of her driveway.
Out in the dark.
Yes, I think that was it.
Out there in the dark. That was with Dennis. Okay, yes. I didn't listen to that one yet.
Yep.
Okay. We will have to give it a listen. So,
but we do have a new Patreon. And it's Jamie's beautiful and brilliant cousin, Jenna Nelson.
Oh,
I know.
Jenna.
She's so nice to do this. She did not have to. But yeah, she is one of those people that's super smart and super funny and super nice and drop dead gorgeous. So you want to hate her, but you can't.
You can't.
No. I know.
Thanks so much for your
I know.
support.
My gosh. And so in Patreon, there are special episodes just for patrons to listen and some fiddle faddle on the Patreon, our site. Mm-hmm. And I send stickers.
Yes.
And there's different levels you can join. It's for even as long as you want, even if you just do a month or whatever and listen to some. That's fine. We appreciate anything.
We'll take your cold, hard cash any way we can get it. Obviously, we need help with our trademark.
We need to concentrate on our trademark.
Yeah, really, we do. Okay. So it's still summer, and
I know I'm still enjoying it.
We're inching closer to the day that we have to go back.
I already got
the
my
river.
welcome back letter.
I did too.
Jesus Christ.
I did too.
But
I'd like to talk about something that gets us through our shitty weeks.
Yeah.
What was yours? What was
I
your
went to a movie
glitter?
all by myself as I normally do.
Okay. We were wondering, we just talked about this yesterday because we went to a little, it was a back to school shopping thing for people.
And I have to return a shirt already or get a bigger size because my boobs are getting too big. And it looked kind of cute and I tried it on again. And I was like, my boobs just don't fit. So I'm going to get a bigger size.
Yeah. I just ordered something from Amazon that I have to send back to.
So I have to go back to this cute store we went to. Yeah, I know.
Button on my boobs. Anyway, so you had told us you went to a movie, but then you were so crazy.
I wasn't crazy
in the dressing rooms. And
I don't try on things and go out and show people ever. Maybe, and because I had a dress on, I had no pants. I had no pants in there, so I would have been
just thrown up.
I would have been naked. There.
Okay, but you didn't tell us.
And then I wasn't
what
crazy. I was just standing there, and then people were like, "Oh my God, Sarah, you're acting like a fool." I said, "I'm literally just standing here with my clothes, looking at everybody."
Well, we were all acting like fools.
No, everybody else was high. I was normal.
High? I was not. What did I have to do? Oh, I was driving my kids around all day. I dipped in and dipped out.
Yes.
But I never got to ask you.
I saw weapons.
Okay, because we were talking about this.
You were talking about a movie?
Yes. Oh. And somebody said, I really want to go to it, even though it's really scary. I think it's supposed to be good because the girl from Ozark is in it,
She is in it.
Okay. So tell us.
I loved it. I thought it was great. You have no idea like what's going on.
Really?
But it wraps up. I don't know. I won't even describe it. But if you like going to movies and you like movies, this is an original story that's totally bonkers. And it's so worth seeing and supporting and seeing in the theater.
Okay.
I, the whole time was like, what?
Really?
Yeah. And it has such good performances and it's funny. Like you laugh out loud. People were laughing. And there's moments where you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, where the gore is, not that bad, but there's some moments.
Okay.
It's a horror movie, so
it is horror-y.
Yes, it's a horror movie.
It's not just like a mind fuck.
It's a horror movie, but it's a thriller too. It is, but it's so unique. I don't know. The performances are so bonkers and it's so crazy. And you can tell it's going to be one of those pop culture things where someone will talk about it and you'll have to know like that's from Weapons and you'll have to see it to know because it just has so many things that are going to be like pop culture things in it. It like kind of hard to whatever. I don't know what I mean, but like there's going to be so many things that are from Weapons that will be parodied and other things. Okay. You can tell already because it's just so uniquely bonkers.
I'm afraid of scary things. So
I thought too, like, oh, I'm going to a scary movie by yourself. Usually I go with someone else, but I was like the whole time, like, and it's over 2 hours and it went by in like a blink.
Okay.
Because you're just like, holy shit.
All right.
I just thought it was fun and clever and like, why can't I write a screenplay like that and just make a lot of
our
money?
brains are
don't
broken.
Work like that.
No.
And no, it was wonderful for movie buffs and anybody. Good. So I think people need to see it because it's going to be like a pop culture thing where you have to know.
All right.
Know it to know.
Okay. Do you want to know what mine is?
What?
I went to Trader Joe's the other day and I like to look over in the like they have a little section with like soaps and shampoos and whatever. So I'm always looking for a good night cream. and I saw that they had a new Trader Joe's night cream. It was $9.
Well, that's not bad.
And I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's supposed to be a dupe for Estee Lauder night cream.
Oh.
I have never used Estee Lauder night cream, but I don't like...
I have some that I got in a sample thing once before, but...
I just don't... I don't like things with a lot of perfume on my face, and so this has no smell, and it has Irish sea moss in it, obviously. Great
Not
for my
Scottish?
skin. No. It's Irish. And it's supposed to be... And then there's like fermented mushrooms, Irish sea moss, and something else. But anyway, I really like it. It is a different consistency than like other things that I've tried. But when I wake up, my skin feels firm.
Oh.
Which I'm kind of digging.
Should be the point of it.
Yeah, right? Like, and soft, but more so like, I don't know if something's happening with like, if it makes it kind of like a Botox thing. I don't know. Anyway, I like it. And the ingredients are good and it doesn't have a bad smell. And I just put it on at night. And it's supposed to be a dupe for, like I said, the Revitalizing Supreme Plus Estee Lauder. But it was $9. And
it's worth it. I haven't gone into a Trader Joe's in forever.
I like to go because, like I said before, I like my gluten-free scrimps.
Oh, yeah, your scrumps.
From there, I like my scrumps. And so I got like 90 bags, and then I got myself a new night cream.
Nice.
And I'm going to encourage people to give it a go. See what you think.
We have a Facebook group and social media and Instagram. Too, you can follow and join. People have been joining our Facebook group left and front and puss and piss, which is great.
Yes.
So we like to pick out, people put funny things, or they comment about their lives, or they comment about the show, or something they liked about the show, or something they're correcting us with in the show, which helps. Or dick pics of fruit. Dick pics. And funny things. One I liked, it shows a Target child's outfit on a mannequin, and it is a very glittery top with matching very glittery pants. And it says, Target has 9-year-olds dressed in sequin sets like Blanche on her way to the Rusty Anchor. And I laughed and laughed. One, because I love how the Golden Girls called Blanche's pickup spot the Rusty Anchor.
Oh my God.
And thinking of Blanche dressing in her sequin sets to go pick up random men for sex was a sitcom that we watched as children and loved it. For her one-night stands, and she porked nonstop. And then I looked, who did that? And it was my sister, Natalie. So I was like, oh, of course.
Oh, Natalie. Natal.
Yeah, Natal. So
today there was a really cute one by Diana Silva who put the Jason Momoa picture.
Yes.
Of him holding.
I had seen that one too.
She was in a wheelchair and he was like, do you want to stand up in this picture? Do you want me to hold you? And she was like, well, I'm kind of heavy. And he's like, that's okay, because I'm kind of strong.
Oh.
And then he held her up and they took their picture. That was a tear moment. But the other one that I laughed in is Zuzka. Oh, I can't ever say her last name. We need to have her call in and say how to say it. It's
right
like
in, yes.
Kvasnishka. She had this video of, why do bartenders always shake their drinks up above their heads? And I was like, yeah, God, I guess I have never really thought about it, but anytime they put something in a shaker, they shake it up.
Is it to show off their guns?
One would think, or like, look at my tats.
Yeah.
But then, so they showed like 3 different bartenders shaking it above their heads. And then they showed a bartender shaking it below
there we go.
below the bar. it looked like he was yanking.
He was yanking
and
it.
cranking.
Oh,
and
I guess that makes sense.
I laughed and I thought, now that is something.
I guess I didn't put that together.
Yeah, never thought about it.
No.
But I am sure glad that they're all shaking their
They
martinis
shake it above. Because I would be like,
heads.
oh.
Yep.
Sir,
Yep.
please don't.
Yep. So thanks for that one, Jessica. I loved it.
Right.
I want to give a shout out to Amanda Beers because she's
I know.
a member of our book club and she had surgery. And so she's sitting at home, listening to our podcasts and many others and reading books. And she said, I love our August book, which is Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. And we're going to talk about it at the end of the month. So get ready for it. It's a longie.
It is.
So if you haven't started it yet, I don't know if you'll get done with it.
Unless you can read a lot of pages in one day, which I've done before.
I mean,
but I have
I
have time
if
right
you
now.
had to work or had children,
Tell them to piss off.
maybe
Get your whip out and say, once I whip this, you're going to go do something. Leave me alone.
No. Okay. So, Amanda, I hope you're feeling better. Let's get into this.
All right. Yeah. This is a story from Australia about
insane.
Australians. And this Dick lived in New South Wales outside of Sydney.
Okay.
Around a town called Blackett. But I think he moved around. But I think that was the town. So you sent some podcasts. I listened to 2.
Okay.
And I took most of my notes, though, from this gal called Lydia Tamara.
Okay.
True crime with Lydia Tamara, killer from Down Under. And then I listened to the police detective tell his story to that one guy.
Yes. I listened to that one too.
And looked at some other pictures. So we kind of have the same info. So I'm just going to start first as Lydia in her story telling people.
Okay.
I'll start first with just Jean and Jean's story.
Okay.
So Jean Strachan, I don't know. She was born in 1966. And she lived in Blackett outside of Sydney, which I'm sure is lovely to live in Sydney.
Sure,
Can you imagine?
I know.
Except for those goddamn spiders.
I know.
I couldn't.
And
I don't know.
Kanji jellyfish. No,
Yeah.
thanks.
Shit. So, as everyone says, her whole childhood, she's a happy girl, bubbly, outgoing. She would laugh. She would joke. She was a sports gal. She played basketball. She had lovely brown hair, brown eyes. She was a tall, athletic build. Life's going great for her because she's in her sports mind. She's got her friends. She's funny. She's athletic. Everything's going really great. Her parents work, what was it, at a furniture store? Something like that. And she's in her teens.
Yes.
Her parents, I don't know, their names are frickin' frack. Something like that. If I wrote it down later.
Yep.
So her parents work at this furniture store and they hire this man. And this man's name is Thomas Keir, Keir, Keir. And they say it weird in Australia. I don't know. I'm saying Keir. Keir.
They're like, you say it weird.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So Thomas Keir's born in 1958. January 1st, that's Jamie's birthday. Talk about dicks. He's 8 years older than Jean. So when Jean's going to visit her parents at their work at this furniture store or whatever it was, she's a 14-year-old girl, a middle schooler, going with her parents. And this Tom Dick is 22. And this Tom gets an eye for the 14-year-old middle schooler. And an eye meaning he gets a boner for her.
And also,
this is a pedophile.
An eye meaning he had an eyebrow.
Yes, if we go into how this gentleman looks.
So yeah, even though he had 2 eyes,
he had one eyebrow.
Had one of something else.
Now, sometimes I can have a great mustache that I have to take care of. the light will hit it sometimes, and I say, "Good God, oh my God, did I go outside like this?" And the light hits my face at this angle. You can see my full beard, and I have to wax it.
Yeah,
and I put my waxer with my wax, and I plug it in, and Jamie always unplugs it. Like, why would you do that?
I don't know.
When I'm trying to wax my significant mustache. And he doesn't know what it is, I think. He thinks it's something weird. Because I have like a heater with wax. I think he thinks it's like a candle smelling thing. And he hates those.
He hates smelling things.
He unplugs all of my glades and all of my whatever. Anyway, how do you not notice though when you have incredibly dark wombat, black bear, thick rug hair between where it should be 2 eyebrows. This is a broom. You are taking a broom from a shop, a big bristly broom, and gluing it down. This is the pubes of a giant ogre. Is between these eyebrows, so that it is one from ear to ear is one line inch wide of hair.
At least
of black
an inch.
Hair.
At least an inch.
This is significant. There is no just, he has 2 eyebrows and a little bit of hair like Sarah's mustache when you see it from an angle. No, this is, you can make a sweater out of this hair.
Yeah.
You can make several sweaters and wear it to Ireland in the chill and stay warm.
This is, if you're familiar with Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Hairy monster.
Oh my.
This is an identical brow.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Now, you could say, maybe if he went to a beauty salon and trimmed and made it into 2 eyebrows, this could be a handsome man. Absolutely not. I wrote, he looks like the purple pie man of Porcupine Peak if he fell into toxic waste. Because he has the purple pie man of Porcupine Peak face, exactly, from Strawberry Shortcake, / Gargamel.
Yeah, a little Gargamel. Yeah. Very
Gargamel. His teeth are fucked. I can't imagine his personality is any good. It wasn't. We'll learn. It was horrible, actually.
Yeah,
quite
it was
awful.
Not, yeah.
But when he's trying to be a normal human, I can't even imagine it would be passable. The breath has to reek because the teeth were like there was a little tiny tooth and then a big giant tooth going west, and then a little tiny tooth going east, and then a little tiny tooth sticking up.
What he did have going for him was that he was not balding on his head nor his eyebrows.
He did have curly brownish hair.
That's it. That is the only redeeming quality.
If you were Mary Ingalls, you couldn't even feel that face with your hands. You would be like, fuck it.
That'd be Mary would say hard pass.
Yeah. She would go into that.
You could see on her face.
Have her glasses make a fire and burn him.
She's feeling his brow.
Yeah, she's feeling his brow and saying, shit.
She's grimacing and she has to say hard pass.
I'm going to stay single forever.
Good day. Yes.
Good day, sir. Good day.
Take care.
Take care, sir. Take care. But Tom at 22 didn't get the hint, even from the parents, that hitting on a 14-year-old was inappropriate. So he keeps hitting on her, and she turns 15. And then he says, can I date and fuck your daughter? To them when she turns 15. And Jean's parents say, I would appreciate it if you wouldn't. Please don't. Tom keeps at it, keeps harassing the 15-year-old Jean, hanging around her. Jean turns almost 16, and the parents say, Jesus, fine. You can take her out on a date. This 15-year-old girl, but you have to take her sister Heather with. What did Heather do to deserve this?
She had to chaperone.
Yeah, but Heather's like, I'm not going to involve myself in this shit at all.
No.
But Heather has to go. So he takes out both their daughters? This pervert?
Well, it gets even
Pedophile?
weirder later. Yeah.
What are they thinking? What is going on? And I know this is probably the 70s or this early 80s, but come on. There's still, you knew what a pedophile was. You knew it was not okay to have this weird ass ugly troll hang around your lovely daughters.
And why do they keep employing him?
I don't know. So then she turns 16. Tom buys her 16 long-stemmed roses. Wouldn't that be sweet if you also had a 16-year-old boyfriend at high school?
That would be sweet.
Who saved up all of his whatever money doing whatever you can do, working at G'day Burgers. That would be cute.
That good old Australian burger joint.
But this is now a 25-year-old man giving your girl who probably can't drive her own car yet roses, which probably mean porking red ones. And then she turns 17. How is a whole year he's still hanging out?
He is. And
he buys her a ring to marry her at 17. I couldn't. First off, this troll man, can you imagine? I would be thinking, oh my God, my grandchildren are going to be so ugly.
Well, what if that is
I can't have these genes
a dominant
mixing
gene.
In.
Yeah.
We can't do it.
We should check on the heavy unibrow. Is
gene.
That a dominant gene?
So he gets a ring, and already Tom's possessiveness and psycho personality is starting to shine through because she's still on a high school basketball team because she's a teenager and in school. And Tom says to Jean's mom, she's showing a little bit too much skin in her basketball uniform. I would say, excuse me, she's playing child sports.
Yes.
You're thinking about her sexually in her child's basketball uniform for girls basketball? Now, if I were in the audience as a teenage girl, I'd be looking again at the boys basketball tiny shorts. They had to wear. Ours had to wear tiny shorts, like Three's Company Suzanne Summers tiny shorts.
Yeah.
The girls, I don't know. Our volleyball team had to wear the underwear, which was inappropriate.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But if a grown man
that are literally called bun huggers, they are.
God, why was that a thing?
They still wear them sometimes.
But when you're in middle school wearing these, that's not okay.
I know.
If a grown ass man was talking to me about my teenage girl who was still in school and about the sexiness of her basketball uniform, I would say, please get lost, you pervert. And what's with the eyebrow? What's with the teeth, Gargamel? Brush them. Please. She turns 18 and she's pregnant. Oh.
I know.
That makes me my skin crawl. Ish. So, of course, their parents are like, well, I guess you got to get married. So in 1984, they get married. She's 18 and pregnant. Tom is 26. And they show a wedding photo. Jean looks lovely. Tom looks like Gargamel in a suit. And he looks... I
gotta find a picture of Gargamel. We have to put it on our social media.
And the Purple Pie Man. And the guy from Lazy Town. He kind of does.
I'm still...
the bad guy from Lazy Town.
Team Hairy Monster. We'll have to see.
So they have a baby boy at the very end of that year. And around that time, it seems like things look from the outside normal because they're living in a normal home. She's taking care of the home very well. But Tom's behavior is getting worse and worse and worse, as it does when you marry a psychotic fuck. So his main issue, and this is what I heard from the detective podcast.
Okay.
He would get insanely jealous of his own infant son touching the mother.
Yes.
If you're breastfeeding your son, your son as an infant 3-month-old is not trying to get it on with your wife.
No.
Your son doesn't even know he has a Wang.
No.
Your son's trying to stay alive and have food.
Yeah.
Your wife is not trying to date your son.
No.
It's a 3-month-old Tom. Tom got irate whenever Jean would touch the baby. And so once he saw Jean in the bathtub with her baby, because it's the only way you can bathe yourself when you have a newborn infant, is either take the baby in with you or you don't bathe.
Yeah. Yep.
And so she had to take the baby in the bath. Tom was enraged at her because he was jealous of the baby touching her.
She was naked
with
and
the son
was naked.
If you think like that, you're so mentally ill.
Yeah, that is mental illness. Yeah.
I can't even, you can't argue with that. You can't do anything. You just, he needed to be run over with a car. Awful.
He did.
He would constantly then either alter her clothes himself, so she was showing less skin. She had to be neck to toes covered up, I'm sure, because of how psycho he was. He would tell her to change all the time because she's showing too much skin. Again, this is the 80s where everyone wore
tube tops
and short shorts.
Yes.
And it's Australia where it's warm and sunny and beach weather and beachy. Finally, she couldn't go anywhere. He would have to know, where is she going? Who are you with? What are you doing? How long you be gone? See, I lived that life and it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Jean's friends are starting to think like, oh, Jean, this really sucks. Like Jean's starting to get kind of sad and withdrawn.
They already did feel bad for her because she married Unibrow. But then it got worse because he was literally mentally abusing her.
Yeah. She hugged a male friend once at some event. And he went insane on her.
Yeah.
I know how that is too. I hugged my first marriage. I hugged a friend who was getting married. It was his wedding, and I was screamed at the entire way home.
Just
screamed at.
Scandalous.
And I said, I wasn't trying to have an affair with a groom that I've known since I was 10.
No.
But I guess keep screaming at me.
Yep.
And then but those are my terrible mistakes.
Well, it's not your fault.
So why did you stay with him? Her friends would ask, as well as probably to me.
Yep.
The answer was I'm scared he's going to kill me because he says he's going to kill me. And that's the answer right there.
Yep.
Tom would actually say, if you leave me, I'm going to feed you to the dogs.
Yep.
And it's easy to kill you and feed you to the dogs because you just take off your skin, feed it to the dogs, grind up your bones, use it as fertilizer in the yard. The cops will never know because they're dumb and I'll never talk. Mm-hmm. That's literally what he would tell her. So if your husband's telling you this, you're just like, what? How did I get into this?
You got to get out of there.
Yeah. And then you think, but holy shit.
And then you have a kid.
And you have a little baby. Tiny, tiny baby. Yeah. So we get to December 1987, and Jean is so unhappy. She finally, this took balls, Jean. But, oh God, how it backfired on her.
Yeah.
Because, again, men. Jean tells Tom that Tom blows ass. She's having an affair with a man named Carl.
Yes.
And Tom, for some reason, didn't kill her right then. Because we've had many cases where that was the last thing the wife ever said.
Yes. Yep.
Jean's parents, of course, were on the side of Jean working everything out with Tom.
No.
They wanted the marriage to work out with Tom. But they may not have known how bad it was in private. But why would... You look at Tom with your eyes and you see something that looks like one of your nightmares has come to life and is walking around because it's not quite right. It's like when your nightmares, everything's kind of off. What's this fellow that you married? He's a creature.
Yep.
Tom is now mentally and physically abusing her. And Jean is like, fuck this. So Tom, since he's a tough guy, weighing all of 110 pounds.
Yeah. Well, that was mostly his
unibrow. Yeah. Tom goes to locate Carl to beat him up. But when he sees Carl and sees that Carl is a big guy and bigger than him, Tom turns to a puss and just starts crying and pleading with Carl to stop the affair with Jean. And to convince Carl, please convince Jean that she needs to work on her marriage and stay with me. And Carl says, sure, guy. That sounds great. Did Jean tell you about her life, Carl? Did you see what was happening? Did you listen to Jean at all, Carl? You idiot. So Carl breaks things off with Jean.
Yes.
Everything gets worse because now Tom knows Jean stepped out. He's angrier than ever. Jean's only thought in her head as she's telling her friends is she needs to get as far away from him as she can, but it's impossible because he won't let her out of his sight and he won't let her go anywhere with the baby. So she and her parents are taking Tom's side when she talks to them all the time. Work it out. So Jean is about to lose it and tells Tom she needs some time alone and wants to go hang out with her sister Heather for like a week or so. Tom, a few days before the week is up, loses his mind, drives to where Jean is with Heather, drags her literally, kicking and screaming, literally physically drags her and puts her in his car. They stop at a gas station. Jean says she has to take a schwitz or a piss. And Jean is clever enough to get her ass out of the bathroom window and escape.
Yes.
And she hitchhikes it back to Carl's, begging Carl for her life to protect her. Carl, being a man and a dick and an asshole, says, I can't help you, Jean. And he calls Tom.
No, Carl.
And Carl says, Tim, I have your wife here. I'm going to drive her home. Then Jean, I can just picture collapsing to the floor and saying, what in the hell? Why does no one help me when I'm trying to get help? Why is no one helping me? So it's February 10th this day, 1988, that Carl takes Jean, who's literally escaped out of a shitty gas station bathroom window, to hitchhike to him for help.
Yep.
Carl drives her back to her abuser and drops her off. And that is the last time anybody sees Jean alive again.
Yes.
Ever.
Yep.
So Jean's mom realizes after a day or two she can't get a hold of Jean. And so she talks to this dickweed Tom with the unibrow from hell.
Yeah.
The teeth from, I don't know, one of the 9th, 10th layers of hell. And a face that just really can, Medusa would turn to stone. She would say, I'm out. You done me in, Tom.
Yep.
You've done me in. Perseus would have to cut off his head and use Tom's head to kill the Kraken. It's so ugly. He destroys Greek mythology creatures.
The Minotaur pulls his own horn out.
Yes, stabs himself. He says, oh boy. Anyways. In other words, this guy was ugly. Tom's head in a bag. He's killing every creature in sight. Anyway. Oh, I hate Tom. And the mom, get a fucking clue.
Yeah.
Her mom, it takes forever until like week, month. Then Tom says, well, you know, Jean just left. And the mom says, what? Well, she just done run off with some other guy.
She was having an affair.
She was having an affair. It wasn't Carl. It was another guy, and she done run off. Her whole family and friends, according to like the detectives in this story, were like, yeah, that makes sense. That she would just run off with another man and leave her son after going to her sister's and probably telling her sister her hideous life. They're going to believe that there was some other man there and that she could have run off with him the whole time.
Right.
None of it makes sense. But
is Tom still working for them?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
So Jean is only though this quote unquote Jean is calling Tom and checking in and saying, how's our son?
Mm-hmm.
How's he been doing? How's the yard? Is it greening up? Are you putting the fertilizer? I mean, like she's calling and checking on the house and the kid and calling in. Tom said, well, she came and got some more of her clothes, but I just wasn't here. I didn't see her, but she got it. I mean, she's been calling me. How would anybody believe that? I mean, you would have to, because the other end of it is she's dead.
Yeah.
So you maybe believe this so that you don't,
But one's calling in a missing person.
No.
It's just like they just take him, even though
For
she's
his
had
word.
a relationship with her. It's not like they were estranged or anything. It was just
she hangs out with her family all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
her
like,
sister.
why would she not be calling them?
Yeah.
So
bizarre.
Tom is saying all these lies. The parents are believing it, that she ran away with some other man and she's only calling Tom to check in on their son.
Yep.
But she's not calling any of her other friends or family as she's moved on. Tom actually says, well, now she called me and she told me she's pregnant with a little girl. She didn't tell you? I would be like, Tom, you murdered my daughter.
Right.
Like, they go, oh, how nice. Oh, now she called and said she had the little girl. Things are going great. This goes on.
This is your grandchild.
Why didn't she call me and tell me she's pregnant? My daughter I talk to all the time.
Yeah.
Finally, the parents and the friends kind of wise up and they file a missing persons report in May. So she disappears in February. So May, they file a missing person report.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's saying, all these things that have happened in her life are going on, and they still realize, well, I think she's missing Tom after a while. I think you're making these things up, because she would not leave her young son alone. So in May, finally in 1989, in May, that's when Peter Seymour, the detective, they first get the case. They go to Tom's house. They say, we got a report that your wife's missing. Tom doesn't answer the door for like the first 2 weeks. They knock. And then after like the millionth time he answers the door, he goes, oh no, my wife's not missing. She calls me all the time and asks me how I am and checks on the kid. Cops go, okie dokie. That sounds about right. That sounds really normal, and that sounds totally cool. And they shelve the case. They close it.
Yep.
Not one cop had a little inkling of a little bit of a feeling that this ugly, ugly, crazy man did something. They just believe in the 80s that women just abandon their children all the time and run off with these mystery men run off. Left and right and center, all these women who have been murdered by their husbands, the police, just nothing. No no itching in the back of your head that this might be something a little more serious, just shelve it. Okay.
Yep.
So we go like 2 years, 3 years go by.
Yes.
Where Jean has had the pretend daughter. He's telling the family and friends she's doing great in her runoff world.
Still, no one has seen.
No one's seen her, heard her, ever.
Her parents, her sisters, no one.
Police are called back to Tom's house because the house is burned down. And inside the house is a dead woman, Tom's second wife, who was also strangled with the cord from the bedside lamp. So now maybe they're thinking, gee whiz, this guy, he was up to some stinky business.
Wait until you find out who his second wife is.
So Tom's second wife, Rosalina, who was 24, was Jean's cousin. And according to the police detective one, Jean's parents at Jean's an event, like Jean's funeral even, an event early on, set Tom up with Rosalina.
Yes.
And the detective said the reason was they thought it would flush Jean out. Jean would be so jealous that she would come to claim back her man, Tom.
Yes.
From her cousin. What? 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 These parents are on Jankum. They put Clorox in their eyes.
It's odd.
They drink Windex. They have been bitten on the dick and the puss by that jellyfish. They have some sort of terrible death
reaction.
Poisoning.
Yeah, to a poisonous.
So you know
spider.
that your daughter had a near torturous time with this man. So you get another relative to be tortured by this hideously ugly man. Now, Rosalina was no dummy either. She was born same year as Jean, same age as Jean. But in the Philippines, where she went to college, became an accountant, she had beautiful dark hair, dark brown eyes. This is a gorgeous young woman.
Yep.
Tom starts pursuing her, goes to the Philippines, and marries her there in 1989. Takes her back to Australia. Rosalina gives Tom a shit ton of money to start his own upholstery business, works 2 jobs to help him build it up, and is a very good mother to his son with Jean. So, this is going on. And the parents are just thinking, I don't know what. I don't know. But they're trying to, Rosalina is trying to make this marriage to Tom work. The parents are maybe still thinking that Jean's going to come out of the forest with her runaway man and claim Tom at any time. I don't know as this is going on. So anyway, the investigators get there. The house is burned down. There's the dead woman in the bed. The investigators go to the neighbors and say, what did you notice? They say, well, we noticed Tim. Tom comes out, goes into the car. And then Tom leaves the boy in the car. And he goes back in the house real quick and then comes running out. And he takes off in the car. And then the house starts on fire. Well, come on.
It's
so then the neighbor
too
said,
easy.
Yeah, like, seriously.
Yeah.
An infant can solve this case. But the neighbor goes, smoke started coming from the house, but I was like, that's none of my concern. That's not my business here. And Tommy buries shit a lot in the yard and burns stuff up all the time in the yard. It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
He's like, well, he buries car engines. They had like a tiny strip of a yard. Like you couldn't, like a bowling alley of a yard. He buries tons of metal junk. He buries like all sorts of car engines. Why would someone bury a car engine in their backyard? Why don't you bring it to a junkyard like a normal person? You dig a hole in your backyard and you bury metal goods?
That's what I should start doing with all this shit I don't want anymore.
I guess we just build a hole in our yard and throw it in.
Yep.
Maybe. And then one of the things he would bury was a 44-gallon drum. And I'm like, oh, okay. So again, they show in a picture his house. It has like no yard. So he's just burying all this shit in his yard. The neighbors are always like, this is kind of fucked, but I don't know what he wants to do. So then the neighbor noticed that the fire's really getting out of hand. So he finally calls the fire department. They come, they see that gasoline was poured all over the bed in the bedroom. So it's clearly arson. And since Rosalina's autopsy shows that her lungs were clear and not full of any smoke and that she was strangled, it's murder and arson. And we have Tom as the last person who saw her 5 minutes before the fire. No one else was seen going in.
So this was 1991.
1991.
And Jean
was
disappeared in 88.
Yes.
Okay. So this is not, I mean, it's years in between, but it's still like not super far.
It's just 3 years in between. So the police bring Tom in. He admits to nothing, but they see a big scratch on his neck. That's like a defensive wound, they're thinking. Tom is actually arrested for murder and arson that same day.
Right.
And Tom is like, I'm an innocent man. No, you're not, you fucking loser.
Right.
So they want to also they realize now, oh, wait, I bet he killed that first wife. I bet she didn't run away.
Right.
Oh, shit. So then they start also investigating Jean's murder. They get a search warrant. They search the house and they do a first huge dig of the yard and find nothing. So 2 years go by.
They probably found like car parts and
car parts. No, Jean. They find all this metal shit. 2 years later, the trial starts, 93, for Rosalina's
murder.
Death.
Yes.
Murder. Tom is up in this trial. So all sorts of friends, family testify of how much Tom sucked balls. That he was a dickhole, that he was shitbag, and he controlled everything she did, etc. Same shit he did to Jean, he did to Rosalina. Tom also collects $800,000 in life insurance. But his defense team says, well, my God, Tom, there was 5 minutes in between when Tom got back in the car and the fire started. That's 5 minutes someone else could have gone in there and started a fire. That's reasonable doubt. And the jury says, you know what it is? And they acquitted him.
He got off.
I can't even believe this was like the most obvious murder and arson for this dick. And he gets acquitted.
Yeah.
What is wrong with this jury? Each one of these jury members needs to have an electrode attached to their genitals and say, think it again. Do you think some random dickweed went in those 5 minutes? But I guess,
strangled her?
And then found gasoline and then starts a fire? When this neighbor was watching the whole time? I just don't get it. So he's acquitted. Tom goes on a bragging publicity tour and he puts his ugly ass fucking mug all over the news. And even one reporter was interviewing him and asked him, why aren't you looking me in the eyes when I'm asking you these questions? And Tom says, I hurt my neck. I hurt my neck. I can't turn my neck. My neck won't look up into your eyes. I hurt my neck. I would have slapped him across the face or said, look at those tits on that lady, and watched his head turn in seconds. So they said, 2 wives dead, eh? And he goes, you know what? I'm the unluckiest husband in the whole world.
Oh, we feel so bad for you, Tom.
What? The fact that you even married a woman that has sight. You are the luckiest.
Yeah, nonetheless, 2.
2 women.
I did see in his second wedding, he did have some wax
I told you Rosalina
done.
was smart. She said, bitch, I'm not walking down the aisle and having my wedding pictures done with your fucking unibrow front and center.
Yeah. Take care.
Take care. So he did not. He had 2 eyebrows in that wedding picture, but
yeah, he did.
in these interviews, it certainly grew back. It grew back.
Yep, they did.
More wild than ever. Because she was not there to tell him to take care of that business. No, police was such a great liar that the disappearance of Jean is still just a missing. So they decide, fuck you. We're going to investigate even harder. And they bring Tom in again and say, what the fuck happened to Jean, Tom? And he says, well, she's dropped off by Carol. We sat on the couch. We watched a little bit of TV. And I said, Jean, I really want to make this work with you, Jean. I love you so much. And then Jean just took her clothes and run off the next day. The police must have just been looking at him like, you fucking idiot. I hate you so much. But he's like, that's what happened. And then so he just walks out, this total loser. So Tom, though, when they dig up the yard, they're like, why do you bury all this fucking shit in your yard? And what do you bury in your yard like a crazy psycho? He mentions all this metal stuff, but he's not talking about the 45-gallon drum that they know the neighbor saw him bury. And so they're like, all right, there's something about this drum. We got to figure that out. So they get, though, this outside information. So very early on in Rosalina and Tom's marriage, they lived in another house and they rented out the house that he lived in with Jean and that eventually he lived in with Rosalina that burned down. They rented this out to some tenants. And the whole time these tenants lived there, they would say, good Christ, it smells like rotten meat in this dump.
Oh.
I cannot get the smell of this rotting meat out of the goddamn house. This is disgusting. Their dog would go out in the yard to take a piss and come back in with mysterious bones and clumps of hair.
No.
This is a poltergeist house.
Why
are you staying there?
Anything?
Oh my God. So then the tenants leave because their time's up. Why are you leaving in this corpse house with a poltergeist backyard? And Tom just cleans the whole house and moves in with Rosalina.
Does she smell it?
Well, I think this is when he went and took the body out.
Yes.
So we'll go with that. So the police are like, fuck you. They go back. But they don't find the drum anywhere when they redig. They find all his other fucking metal shit. So what they think happened when the tenants moved out, the tenants were complaining of this foul stench. Mm-hmm. Tom goes in there to clean. He digs up the 44-gallon barrel that he'd buried, digs up Jean's body that they think was in the yard where he buried Jean's body, puts her in the drum, and took the drum with Jean's body to somewhere unknown.
Right.
So Tom, when he was in jail awaiting trial or bail for the arson and murder of Rosalina, Tom goes against his own advice and starts blabbing. Because remember, he said the police will never find out if you keep your mouth shut. Well, Tom doesn't do that. He blabs to 2 inmates how he killed his first wife, Jean, and buried her straight up and down. I think he just
dug like a deep
hole and put her in head first.
Oh, God.
Because her toe bones were at the top.
Oh,
so I think he put her in the head first, straight up and down, and buried her up. So he told these 2 inmates this. Of course, the inmates go right to the cops and say, we want a better deal because we heard all this shit from Tom. And they're saying,
Unibrow in there is a real talker.
He's a dick even for this jail.
Yeah.
So they do dig number 2 because they believe him because they're saying all these stuff that only Tom would know. They knew about the house and the layout and everything. They do dig 2. They find a bone that's a human finger bone. So they start digging some more. And this is under the house. The house is like on stilts, but buried. So they dig up under the house. They find 6 more bones that are all human. like a toe bone and some feet bones. And so they find 7 human bones in this pit all together. And they're all from the same human. So police feel like, okay, he got, the smell was getting bad, so he had to take her and he moved her somewhere else in this 44-gallon drum. Police get Jean's blood type and DNA from her parents, but they have to send it away to the United States, and it takes like 7 years to get a DNA or whatever. They do a third dig because they have witnesses that say they saw Tom removing floorboards from inside the house in the hallway to dig under the house. So they dig there but don't find anything. And Tom is actually there watching and just smirking. I would have punched him right in the dick.
For real.
They finally get the bones examined in 1997 by the United States, and it's Jean's DNA. So the bones are Jean. The DNA matches.
We know now she's not.
Or she's missing feet somewhere because her feet have been found.
And a finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So February 20th, 1998, 10 years after Jean just done run off.
Yeah.
They arrest Tom for the murder of Jean. He goes to trial the next year, 1999. And because of fuckery, he has to be tried 3 times.
3.
He's found guilty and sentenced all 3 times, but the first time an appeal gets granted, he gets out because of technical issue, because the judge's instructions to the jury about the DNA were not like exact. It was something fucked that would make no difference to the whole trial.
Right.
But they have to give him a new trial. The second trial, he's convicted, guilty. The jury goes out after all of it's done and has dinner, and one jury member says he thinks he heard something about how her second wife died, but he was acquitted. Because the judge heard that, he gets a new trial. So the third trial, guilty, he's convicted, he gets 22 years. He gets out after, I heard one that he got out a year early, and then I heard another he served all 22 years.
So he was actually eligible for parole in 2014. So he was sentenced in 2004 to 22 years. He was eligible for parole in 2014, but he didn't.
He should, because he's never admitting that he did it. He's never saying sorry. He shows no remorse.
Right? Okay. And so then he was released. And then this was in 2020. I found this article from, I don't know, 9.com.
Yeah, he got out in 2019.
Yes. Okay, so this says, so he got out of jail, and a convicted wife killer released after more than 20 years in jail, met a woman at a nudist beach, shared wine, had a quote unquote kiss and cuddle.
Watch who you meet at a nude beach.
Right? And then left notes at her Sydney home.
And the notes were the notes I heard were like so gross.
Yes. And so some lawyers went back to a judge and they were like, I don't think this
is inappropriate.
Yes, like he's
starting all over again
on a nude beach. And the judge said that he was maybe in prison for too long, and he doesn't know the ways of dating now. But he doesn't need to wear an electronic monitor.
What's he ever done?
Right. So exactly. Right. What has he ever done except killed 2 of his wives, even though he got let go for, I can't even believe.
I feel that men are really shitty.
Yeah.
I can't believe
he was in, he was not released until 2019. He went to a halfway house, and then in January of 2020 began living by himself and returned to work as an upholsterer.
Yeah.
Right?
Why not?
And then Keir gave evidence to the court about this Linda that he met at the nude beach, saying that
Linda
he had
get
to
glasses.
tell her an important thing. And that important thing was going to be that he had murdered other people.
Sure. Yeah,
And
he's going to
then
share that.
He also had told his supervising officer about Linda and their meeting at the nude beach.
Yeah.
And he wanted to know if she could come over to his place to have dinner with him.
So he could kill her and eat her?
And then within weeks of his release, he had already been in her house and left notes for his very special friend. But
so this lady in the podcast too said, the judge just said, as long as he tells his supervisor that he's going to go on a date with her, that should be okay.
Yeah. His special friend.
And now he is under, all of his supervision ended like in 23.
Yeah.
So he's just out there, Australia. He's out there free as a bird.
He's out there just like reupholstering your ottoman. So.
And he's going to kill the shit out of everybody else he meets.
And where happened to his son? Did his other family
I
members
hope
had to take care
so.
of?
I mean,
I can't
this
remember
poor
what-
boy is a grown man now.
Really, yes. Oh. I mean, just look, take pains to look at the eyebrows of everyone.
Yeah,
you
study
come
the
across
eyebrows and you'll know.
Australia, because.
And that will give you the key. If their eyebrows look normal, good to go. If not, run for the hills.
Yeah.
Or kick him in the balls and apologize later.
A kiss and cuddle with someone with a unibrow is not advised.
Even if you're horny, have better horny standards.
Not advised.
Because this is a nude beach and he cannot look that good naked.
Oh, God.
He has to have a horrendous wang.
No.
The wang has a unibrow. He has a unibrow of pubes. If you see a penis with a big, thick unibrow down it, don't date him.
Nuh-uh. No,
Ish.
sir or ma'am. No thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's our story. Thanks for letting us know about this guy.
Yeah, thank you, because this
got a
is
good
a tragic, awful case of a tragic, awful man. Oh,
and we got a good laugh at
his expense,
eyebrows, yes,
because he is an absolute dick.
So if you want to see pics, we will put some.
And
I just
take a swift drink of whiskey before you look.
Really, you're not going to be ready for this. It's kind of like how we weren't ready for the double mustached wedding.
No.
This is another one where we're not joking.
Yeah, we're not joking. This is inappropriate.
I did just think about the guy with the giant forehead.
That giant forehead. Now, he could have this unibrow and it would look normal because his forehead was, remember, 17 Abraham Lincoln hats high.
I was just thinking about all the time we've been just absolutely had our buttholes blown off
by these ugly men. There's someone for everyone, but there's not. They murder you.
They do. God damn it. All right. So book club will be at the end of the month, Tuesday, the 20. I don't even know what day that is. The 26th. The 26th.
Yeah.
And so I'll put that on right now so that I don't forget, so people can plan. We've had a couple of people asking. So Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. Sarah and I loved it.
I did.
So I think Amanda loved it. So we'll have to see what the others are thinking. We'll talk about it on Zoom, and that Zoom is on our Facebook page. So again, join our Facebook page. It's Always the Husband podcast group, and we're sorry about the algorithms that will follow.
I know you're gonna get some weird things from Shein and Temu and such.
Sorry. And our book club is on Zoom as well, and also find us on Patreon, where you can make a monthly donation if you would like, and we'll send you stickers and give you some different content
Yes.
as well. All right. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.